Hi friends, our road trips through the Canadian Rockies is coming to an end as we enter Golden, British Columbia. It was a 2-lane winding road that took us by huge lakes. Spiral tunnels in Canada, located at Kicking Horse Pass, a remarkable engineering feat that allows trains to navigate steeply grades safely. Why did the Canadian Pacific Railroad ever choose such a precipitous route for their main track through the Rockies? Certainly James Hector, who mapped the Kicking Horse Pass in 1858, never recommended as a major transport. Despite his work running out of food, getting kicked by his horse, and then struggling up the final steep pitch, convinced him the route was a poor one. Spiral tunnels were completed in 1909. We followed the tour buses to this rest stop to learn about this place on our way to Golden, British Columbia. Golden is a small town surrounded by 6 national parks. Across the street from the Petro-Canada as you come into town is a parking lot, and your RV will fit in there. Our campground was just a kilometer from the downtown and the grocery store, so we'll take you along that trail. And in the next video, we'll show you the good and not so good about this campground. It was pretty convenient to downtown, but it did have its downfalls. We were only allowed to check in between 2 and 4 when the office was open, or you could use the kiosks outside to check in. There's parking across the street at the curling rink while you check in. The Rotary Trail is 7 kilometers long, and it runs right along the campground along the river. The trail is entirely inside the town limits. It's pretty flat, and you can start the Rotary Trail from several access points, but it was just a short walk from the campground into town and then to the grocery store. A cafe if you want to sit by the river.
Hotel there.
It looks like whoever made this path was drunk. Or was that supposed to be like the waves in the river?
Probably.
The Kicking Horse pedestrian bridge goes across the Kicking Horse River and is part of the Rotary Trail. The bridge was constructed with 72,000 feet of Douglas fir timbers. It's beautiful. Stick around to the end and see our visit to Yoho National Park and its Wapta waterfall, or in our next video. And then the path goes along over there on both sides.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. So we can go down the path that way, or we can go this way. Golden was pretty quiet when we were there, but it was a good place to jump off and go to Yoho National Park. Rooms at River Edge, that's pretty nice. And then off to the left up in the hills is the Kicking Horse Resort. This was what Mike was looking for. The restaurant we stopped at was La Reposada. Can you believe it? This was so good. They added crispy rice cakes to make my burritos so good, as was the London Fog latte. This is also the access to Kicking Horse Ski Mountain, as you can see by the decor in the town. They have bike washes because there's lots of mountain biking around here. This one's pretty cool.
Yeah. I had this ski.
It had gone.
Dual camp van, and you had to ski 198s with those. Yeah, it's crazy.
You can see the ski runs up there on the mountains. Looks like storm's coming in, and we probably better get going back home. They have a civic center if you want to listen to local artists, and Kicking Horse ice cream. Then we were off to Yoho National Park and Wapta Falls trailhead. Wapta Falls, 2.2 kilometers. As you can see, it rained last night. The sun's starting to break through, something like that. The mud and rut tour. Oh my goodness. I forgot to pause my all trails when we stopped. One more stop on the end of the day. The mountains are so steep in this area that there were a lot of avalanche tunnels for in the winter. Kicking Horse Pass was quite an engineering feat. Thanks for coming along.